Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for joining us for Higher Realm Channeling tonight. Tonight's topic is beginner's mind. Beginner's mind. All right. Give us just a second and we'll get started.
You do it to me.
I will.
Okay.
We wish first to thank each of you for coming, since oftentimes people cannot hear this subject. And we know that each that is watching this video will also be ready to hear this subject. It sounds like it is a basic topic called beginner's mind, yet it is not. One of the things that happens to many of you is you get in a space of knowing things. And when you get there, it is time for you to start again. So we want you to understand that beginner's mind means stay open, stay teachable, be curious. So an example of this that we wish you to understand is that if you are a person who believes wholeheartedly in numerology and you think that is the only way to look at life, we say that is great, but we ask that you step back. Step back and allow other things to come into your awareness and maybe change the way you see even that. The same is true for astrology or for your belief in different things. You may believe in karma or reincarnation, and I'm not saying those things are wrong, but I'm just saying stay open to other ways of seeing things. It is when you close your mind and you believe that you have all the answers that there is a problem, because that is your ego. The smaller self of you, the part of you that is playing the game, who thinks they are everything, wants to be an expert, wants to know the answers, wants to know everything that is going on. It is not possible. As the energies are changing, as things are evolving, things are changing. We wish for you to keep this in your mind, to keep open your mind so that you can learn new things. If your cup is full, there is no place to add new information. If your mind is full and it is closed, there is nowhere to add new information. Now, some information you will hear may not resonate with you, and that is fine. Other information you hear may resonate and replace what you have always held dear your lifetime here. You may have always believed something to be true, yet new information comes in and shifts your mind and says, maybe not. It may shake the foundation of who you think you are. As the energies are changing on your planet, this is inevitable. Who you thought you were, who you think you are, what you think you know is going to change, is going to shift very rapidly. So we wish for you to open up, open your mind, think, listen to things that are not what you normally would listen to. Talk to people that you would not normally talk to. Open your mind to different. Now, once you see that different, you can then go inside and have a test. And in that test, you can say, is this right new information for me to embrace and incorporate? Or is this something that is old information that I do not need? We are always encouraging you to move forward on your path. And what that means is it will challenge your beliefs. It will challenge who you think you are. It will challenge everything that you know. Now, that does not mean they will all go away. It just means be open to the challenge. Be open to the changes. Be open not only to the energetic changes that you feel, but perhaps also to the changes in your mind, in your beliefs, in your identity. Many of you are feeling this coming already. You've called yourself this, and now you see a different path, and you think, maybe I'm actually that. Maybe I need to move from what I always thought I was, or who I always thought I was, or what I always thought I would be doing, to something different. Many of you today are thinking that. You're looking for what is the next path, what is the next new thing. Please be open. Allow the doors to open. You do not need to force them. Hold the mindset that you are willing to make the changes in your life as things come up, as new information arises, as you get new data into your avatar. When the new data or the upgrades come, things change. So if you've held a very strong belief about something, that this is always the way it was, this is always the way it's going to be, this is what everybody else believes, let go. Allow that to shift. Allow that to move. Allow that to change. Allow that to release. So rather than holding on to the beliefs and the thoughts and the things that you've learned, but I learned this, allow yourself to release, to let go, to allow that to dissipate, so that new information has space to come into you. New information has space to come into your mind, to then address, to look at, to evaluate, to assess, and then incorporate if it is right for you. There is much new information coming now to your world, much new information coming now to your planet, much different than what has been held for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Breathe. Take time in quiet. Take time in peace. Take time in meditation, where you connect whatever that means for you, either to nature or to silence or to chanting or whatever works for you. Find that so you can find peace in your day. For when you find peace and quiet, you are making room for the new to come in. You are making room for the new information, for the new data, for the new programs to come in. Being still, being quiet, being centered, at least at some point every single day, will allow you the space between thoughts to hear the different data, the different information that we are sending your way. Do not just go, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, that can't be right. Listen, hear with your heart, hear with your energy, hear with your third eye, and then evaluate if it is right for you to incorporate. So an example may be that you were taught from your growing ups that reincarnation was not real. Many of your religions teach that that is not true. So all your life you have held that as solid. You have said reincarnation is not real. This is solid. This is it. I do not believe that. And then one day you are presented with someone who believes it is. And they make a case. And they discuss it with you, and you take it in because you have a beginner's mind. You are open, you are listening. Is that true? Maybe I should not just discount that. Maybe I should hear what they have to say. And one day it clicks because you were open and you go, oh my word, now I understand. Yes, reincarnation is real. And then you grab that and you say, this is now my truth. Everyone needs to know. I will hold that solid until the day when someone else comes along and tells you, maybe it's not what you think it is. Maybe it is something else completely. And you say, no, I believe this is what it is. I believe this is where it is. Be open. Be open to hear that perhaps it is not the way that has been taught for thousands of years on either side of that discussion, or any discussion for that matter. That perhaps it is actually something totally different. And as the energies are changing and evolving and shifting on the planet, you will begin to see things completely different. You will say, aha, perhaps it is not this or this, but something in the middle. Perhaps it is not black or white, but actually gray. How do I live with that? Learn to let go of certainty. Learn to let go of your beliefs in terms of being open to what it is that your higher self, what it is that this universe wishes for you to hear and get and understand, because this is how you upgrade in the game of life. This is how your avatar shifts and improves in the game of life. This is how you move forward to enlightenment. Take time each day to be still. Take time each day to find a pause between the thoughts. Take time each day inside yourself to be open and curious and teachable and have that beginner's mind. Know that new information is coming in that has not been here before, and you need to be receptive to what is coming to you. Stay centered. Find that gap. Find that peace. And be open to what is coming. A beginner's mind.
Beginner's mind. When you were in your bodies, a child, you did not have definitions of all that was around you. You simply were open to the experience of what you would later learn was called in your culture a flower. You would later learn what it was like to touch this thing called a dog or a cat. You learned identities. You learned belief systems as well in your youth. But as a child, you had none. You came into body open. You came into body to experience all that is as it is without judgment. And the beauty of having a beginner's mind is it frees you from the burden of constant judgment and constant identification. And once you let these go again, remember the joy you had as a child in just playing. Yes, there may have been other things that others of you felt. We understand this. But all of you, as children, had moments of joy and exuberance and happiness. And this is what we would encourage you to remember of your youth. Other things which take up so much space in the data banks of your mind are really of no consequence. Yes, they occurred, but with beginner's mind, you have no judgment of them. You have no identification with them. They were simply events that happened. Whether this was the passing of a beloved family member or pet, whether this was something that happened to your body, makes no difference. It was simply something that happened while your consciousness was present in that time. With beginner's mind, you recall you are more than any of this. With beginner's mind, you release the need to be right. You release the fear of being wrong, because as a beginner, you know that you do not know it all. Quite bluntly, if you think you know it all, there is no room left for you to learn. There is no room left for you to grow. And in these times, as things are changing so rapidly, Even beliefs that you have developed in the last few days must be subjected to beginner's mind. From where we stand, all thoughts are simply energy fields moving through your brain. When those energy fields stop, when they become stagnant, when they become solidified, crystallized, you call them beliefs. Once you have solidified a thought into a belief, it becomes very, very challenging for you to move beyond that. Your brain is created in such a way that when you hold that crystallized thought dearly, it literally blocks new information. Open. Return to being a beginner. Know that every moment of every day, on everything you have ever learned, you may be wrong. Please hear that. You must live each day accepting that you could be wrong about everything. And when you accept this, you are free to examine all again. When you accept this, you are free to return to a state of joy, a state of flow, a state of energetic innocence. Yes, energetic innocence. It is your beliefs that block you from remembering this, no matter what they are. It does not matter if you believe in a divine being by a certain name or by another name, or you believe in no being at all. That is fine. But whatever you believe, allow it to flow. Allow yourself to entertain the concept that it could be wrong. Because in your willingness to be wrong, you are offering yourself growth. You are offering yourself the ability to move beyond the limitations that have been set upon you by societal programming, that have been set upon you by your own fears, your own additions to this to help you in many cases make sense of your world. But what made sense to you at age 3 should not make sense to you at age 23, much less 33 or 63 or 93. You must open. You must always question that which you think is true. For if you do not, then a little truth can be fed to you, along with a lot of less than truth. And you will believe it because it fits in a pattern of the truth you are holding on to. It fits the pattern and reinforces the belief that you hold so dearly, that you have identified yourself in many cases by the name of that belief, by the name of that religion, of that party, of that concept. You are not this. You are not this. You are source. You are more than you ever can imagine with your mind. For your mind is limited. You are not. Beginner's mind, the willingness to always question everything, to unlearn that which you have previously learned, and relearn that which is functioning for you now, with the willingness to release that in its time as well, will keep you moving forward. It will move you not just from 3D to 5D. It will move you beyond the game entirely when it does. See, even the belief that it would take time is false, because time itself is an illusion. All is present now. All is present here. All is. And when you allow all to be without the need to understand, truly we say to you, delete the need to understand. Because it is this drive to understand that makes your mind active, that makes your mind grasp for straws of things to reinforce so you feel secure. You see, security is never guaranteed in form. Security is only in source. In setting your mind, in setting your heart upon source, upon being willing to release what you know for what you can learn, and then to release that for what you can learn next, is the greatest gift that you can give yourself. Rest in unknowing. Rest in beginner's mind.
Much has been mentioned, and much of what has been said, we wish you to truly hear. We want you to be as a child, to be curiosity. Please go and search, read books, watch videos, talk to people, learn. Be curious about the world around you, both physically and spiritually. Learn how they go together. Curiosity of a child wanting to learn more and more, wanting to understand in a very general way. Because as was mentioned, that you will find that things are evolving and shifting, and as you move, the rules will change. As you move and grow, things no longer work the same way. And if you are curious and open and teachable, you will find the answers you need. So again, maybe for one time you did this for years and believe this as truth. Now open your mind, have the beginner's mind of curiosity, of teachableness. Be teachable. Rather than arguing all the time, open up to hear what others say. Rather than fighting that this is the way it is, open up to hear what others have to share. As was mentioned, take it in. Take it into your heart and see, is it right for you at this moment? It may not be. You may find that it is not right today because today I wish to hold my belief solid. But next week, I may be in a better space and I can open up and say, now I can hear. Now I can look at that different thought, that different belief, that different idea and see if it resonates, see if it fits with me. And perhaps embrace it and change the way you've thought. Your science does this all the time. Many of you think, well, if it is science, it should be right. But that is not science. Science, whether it is of your physical planet or of the heavens, science is always evolving because it is given new information. So it will say at this moment, this is true, until new information is entered in, and then they will adjust and adapt. Be a spiritual scientist. Be open to all of the things that are there. The universe that you know, which is only a small part of what is actually out there, is always changing. Things are shifting. Energies are evolving. You are evolving. Or you would not be listening to this channel tonight. So, be curious. Be a spiritual scientist. Open yourself to evolving and changing information as it comes. So that if, much like your physical scientists, believe there is no star or planet beyond a certain point, and then they see one, they are open to changing their beliefs. If they do an experiment and they find this to be true, and later they do a different one and find more information, they incorporate them together. Or perhaps release the old and embrace the new. Be a spiritual scientist. Look curiously at the world. Look curiously at the universe you live in. Look curiously at the game and the levels that your avatar is playing. And in that, be open to new information coming into you through words, through thoughts, through videos, through books, or through vibration. Many of you are getting downloads through your vibration. You will feel yourself in a chair vibrating, yet you are not moving. This is new and packets of information being downloaded. Allow them to open and shift what you think. Shift how you see the world. Shift your beliefs. We wish for you to embrace this concept of beginner's mind every day. Be open. Find that space between the thoughts. Find that space inside yourself where you are saying, I do know this now, yet I am open to new information to tell me either to incorporate it or that I need to change my point of view. This is what is taking place now, very rapidly, more and more on your planet. The energies are shifting. Therefore, those of you that feel that will feel those changes inside yourself. Be curious. Be curious to what is out there. There is vast amount of information, far beyond what your minds can hold. Yet, you hold tight to one thought or one belief or one identity. Be curious to all that exists. Be open. Do not say, yes, that is nice, but I don't believe it. Yes, that is good, but I can't accept it. Yes, that is right, but I don't believe that, or I don't want that. Let go of that. Say, yes, that is interesting. Let me sit with it. Yes, that is challenging all that I believe. Let me see if that is right for me. And allow your higher self to come into your body and teach you what is right and what is changing and what is evolving both for your world, your planet, your universe, and you here now. By opening, being curious, being teachable, having that beginner's mind, and finding that space between thoughts, finding that space inside yourself, finding the opening to allow the new to come in and the old to go out. You are not who you were growing up. You know this. Many of you have left whatever the beliefs of your family were. Many of you have moved to something different. Many of you have come here and learned. This is beautiful. Just do not stop. For when you stop, you stagnate. Do not stop. Do not say, I now know it all. I now have the answers. I now am going to teach everyone what I know because I am wise. Please teach. Please share. But be open to new things that might change the way you see things. Be open to others teaching you and others coming that may be farther on that path, that may see things from a different perspective than you do. Be open to what is coming your way, both today and tomorrow and the rest of your lifetime. Always be open and teachable. Always be curious about the world you're in. Be curious from a scientific point of view. Be curious from a spiritual point of view. Be curious about your own psychology. Evaluate, look, enjoy, open, and see what might be in the space between your thoughts. See what might come in the energetic packages in your body. See what is attaching to you now to help you evolve and move up the spirals of the game. For it is time to move forward. It is time to not stay stuck. Do not stay in your old thoughts. Do not stay in the way things have always been done. Too often people leave what they learned as children, learn a new path, and then stay there. Do not do that. Do not be stagnant. We are here to encourage you to leave the path you grew up with if it no longer serves you. Find the new path and see it as temporary. See it as malleable. See it as transparent. So that when new data and new information come, you are willing to continue to grow, continue to adjust, continue to look at, and continue to embrace that which is different, that which is challenging, that which is teaching you. Be open to doing things differently. Try to rearrange your schedule. Try to do something different for your meals. Try to adjust your life and see if something new comes in. Go to a different restaurant or a different coffee shop. Meet new people and allow new data, new information, new thoughts to arise both from within you and from without. Being open to learn, open to change, open to the evolution that is coming. Do not stay stagnant. Evolve with us. Evolve with others. Evolve who you are. Be open. Be open. Be curious. Be curious. And learn and grow and evolve.
This exploration, this curiosity cannot harm you, for you are beyond harm. You are always safe. You are always whole. You are always complete. There is not one single moment when this is not true for you. Your body can suffer harm. Your body can suffer hurt. And it is this very thing that allows you to understand the body is not real. For if it can be harmed, it is not real. That which is real cannot be harmed in any form or fashion. As you explore, as you learn, as you unlearn, as you relearn, as you grow, as you love, as you expand, always remember there is more. There is a new vision. There is a new understanding. There is a different way to see this. And we would say to you that at any moment in your life that you are definitely stuck, are frustrated, are frightened, simply ask your divine self, show me a different way to see this. There is always a different perspective. Even with those in these bodies, we have reminded them lately, they must step back. They must rise up to get a broader view. There was a time in the meditation, in the earlier times of these meetings, when you were asked to rise up above the forest, to see the forest, to rise above the skies so that you might see the planet. And in every meditation, you are invited to rise up to Source, that you may see the illusion for what it is, that you may fully grasp that you are more than your imaginations have created as reality. Be open, be trusting, for you are always safe. You are always loved, and you are always loved. That is simply the way of life, the way of growth, the way of source. You are always safe. Fear not, children, as these changes come, for you will overcome them. You will adapt to them. You will learn the new lessons. You may, however, struggle, and we see many of you struggling to release old thought patterns, even old thought forms that you hold as reality. You will see that that which you at one point in your life may have called a demon, at another point is nothing but a negative energy flow that is helping maintain the balance on this planet. And there is no need to fight or fear this. You may see that that which you at one point called an angel is nothing more than a positive energy flow that is supporting the growth and the balance of this planet. This is what we mean by being open to changing your vocabulary as you change your understanding. As you unlearn an old way of being, you will find a new way of being. Yet you must allow yourself to know that you do not know it all. No one holds every answer. No one holds every answer. No one. You must explore. You must be curious. You must embrace change. You must embrace flow. You must embrace uncertainty. Yes, you must embrace uncertainty, because these are definitely uncertain times. Embrace it. Know that you are more than this. Know that your return home has already been ordained. It cannot be thwarted. It cannot be delayed. The time and place of your full awakening is set. It will come, no matter what you do or don't do. Even being willing to flow and question and learn. While this will help you, it will not change the moment of grace at which you are all approaching. Take a deep breath. Settle into life. Release the need to control. Release the need to be certain. Release the need to understand it all. And be at peace. And we will leave you now.
And so it is.